Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Unknown to Icon series. We are the manager of Hemel Hempstead and we are currently playing in the Championship. In the previous episode we became a triple champion of winning 3 leagues back to back, so that's for Vanarama National, League 2 and League 1. And then that brings us to today's episode, and we are going to show you the transfers that we are rebuilding our team to try and survive in our first season, facing the difficulty life of the Championship. We are favourites to go down, so let's see what players we can bring in. So our first summer transfer for our build is bringing back Jordan Edwards. We sold him to Plymouth a few seasons ago for £700,000. Part of that transfer agreement, we did loan him back. He played well for us in League 2 and he just didn't cut it into Plymouth's team. We're in the Championship, we know what he's about. He's got good crossing, dribbling, technique, low greens on a lot of his stats, but he does have a few high greens, which is bravery, determination and jumping reach. I'm really excited to see how this player fares in this division. We signed him on a contract until 2034 on £1,700 and he is going to be utilised as a fringe player. So I believe this transfer is a win-win. Then we loaned Jake Spears from Celtic. We have paid a loan fee of around £130,000. We've actually spent some money, but a loan fee. But looking at this player, he's 22 years old. He's capped for Scotland under 21s, 19. I just like the look of his stats, if I'm honest. Low greens with again, few like Edwards in bravery, determination and stamina. And as I said, we have to spend money and we've signed Nick McAllister, 30 years old. Bit of an experienced player, which we need right now. We've spent £130,000 and that potentially could go up with add-ons to £160,000. His technical stats aren't that great, but for the position he plays as a right back, he's quite attacking. He can play as a centre back as well. His tackling and marking's good. I think I more brought him in for the case that I need experience. And don't forget, we can only bring in players who are interested, and we still have a very low reputation. We have a very low transfer budget, but I like his aggression, I like his determination, I like his natural fitness, and I like his stamina, because we know this tactic is press, press, press and hard tackling. And then we had to buy a striker because our last striker, Ramos, his team won't let him come to us. It's something that I moaned about in the last episode. But what can you do? What can you do? We move on and we've spent a little bit more money again. £120,000 for Paul Morgan. Could go up to £125,000, so the add-ons aren't too bad there. He's 22 years old and he looks pretty good. He's got very good heading. First touch and finishing are crucial for us. Good bravery, flair, balance and natural fitness. We signed him also from Southampton. He's on a £2,500 per week contract up until 2034. I don't know if he's going to be our first teamer. He is contracted as a squad player, but let's see how he does. We bring in an American goalkeeper for our next transfer from Fulham. We paid about £50,000 for him, so quite small money, but for us as a small club, that's a lot. He's 30 years old. He has had an under 20 cap. We've got him as a backup goalkeeper on £1,800 per week and a contract up until 2033. His stats aren't great, if I'm honest, but it's his experience and we needed a backup goalkeeper. An area that I was really struggling for, we've already brought in Spears in as a defensive midfielder, but now we've brought in James Harden. Again, another loan in this area. He can play across in for central, apart from as a striker. We have loaned him from Fulham and we're only paying £625 per week for him. Not bad, right? Looking at his stats, not that great defensively, which is a little bit concerning, but we might have to use him further up the pitch if we need to. Technique great, work rate great, bravery great, balance and stamina. Stats to look out for. I think we're about halfway through our list so far, but we bring in Geraldo Bajrami. Now during pre-season we have trialled him. He proved himself enough for us to sign him. on a free transfer. Now we are paying a premium on wages, considering everyone seems to be around 2.5 grand and below. We are paying 5.5 grand for this defensive midfielder, but it's 3 players in this position now, real strong competition, 2 loans and a free transfer. He has no standout stats, but there is a lot of double digits there in terms of marking, tackling, his decision making, his concentration and his positioning that are very vital for that position. We add to our attack with a Argentinian forward. He can play either attacking midfield right or as a striker. He's preferred his striking. We do have him as an important player. Again, it's another player that we trialled during pre-season. He got a few goals, so why not? Very excited about this player. Again, another premium contract on £6,000 per week. I mean, again, 6 grand a week, that's a lot of money for us, but if we're going to compete against championship teams, a lot of their squad players are going to be on about 15-20 grand. Stats are looking pretty tasty with his finishing 15 and his first touch 12. Technique not too bad, composure really good, determination really good, and natural fitness standing out there. I wasn't going to bring in a goalkeeper, but Henry Bullen decided that he wants to leave the club, so I acted really quickly based on that request, and I brought in Dylan Berry for 125,000. I think we sell Bullen for more. We'll come to that in a sec. He's 28 years old, so good experience, Northern Irish. He's probably our biggest contract to date with £8,000 per week. Every time I see these contracts, they're just getting up and up. I don't think we've finished there yet of this increasing. Watch this space. Looking at stats, Aerial reached 19. Something flies across him, he's going to reach it. Command of area, which is very important, 15. Agility 12, jumping reach with his aerial reach is amazing. Handling's good. He's got great determination. 4 more transfers to go, and fourth from last is Lewis Evans. He can play as a centre-back or right-back. He's 23 years old. He's from Wales. He's on £2,300 a week, and he is a regular starter. I mean, his stats are pretty good. Look at his mentality and physical stats. Technical, not so good. I probably wouldn't play him as a right back, probably as a centre back, but ball playing defender. I mean, his passing's not great either. I think what caught my eye is his mentality and physicalities. Obviously, snaps him up on a free transfer if I didn't mention that, and he was previously at Cardiff. I am very surprised that I managed to get this player. He looked rather tasty. Paco Quevedo. He is on loan from Crystal Palace, and we've paid £140,000 loan fee here. We are also paying £8,000 per week on his wages. Let's look close into his stats, and technically he's pretty good. 15 passing, he can pass, he can dribble, he can finish. His mentality, he's great at vision, great determination, and he's got great physical stats as well. We bring in another centre back, Chris Ogor. He's going to be a squad player. We've brought him on a free transfer from QPR. He's signed a contract with us on £2,500 per week until 2033. Yeah, he's going to be a squad player. Looking at his stats, again, good mentality, good physical, technical, not that great. So our weakness at the moment is going to be technical players, but more defensive, so I'm okay with that. Then we bring in a defence midfielder again called Luca Di Maggio. So for now, that's 4 defensive midfielders. We've got 2 for each position, and I like him. I think he looks rather good. We are paying a premium £7.5 grand a week, and we also paid a transfer fee to Nantes of £105,000. But I think it's well worth it, especially if he can play well. Look at his transfer value already. We paid £105,000 and they reckon his value is between 2.9 to 3.9 million. We're going to be a selling club. We're going to buy these players cheap and we're going to sell them to make money to then reinvest into our squad and see if we can just get better and better. I said we had 4 more to go, but I forgot about this one. On transfer deadline day, we've signed a centre-back, Daniel Hoy. He is on a loan from Bolton. We are paying £1,800 per week. He is going to be a backup centre-back. I like his mentality stats of his aggression, his bravery, and then his physical of jumping reach and natural fitness. So we sold our reliable goal. Well, actually, when he was at the beginning of his career with us, he was I wasn't too sure. Then he got good and then he wanted to leave, and we've sold him for £525,000. Considering we brought in our other goalkeeper, Dylan Berry, for £125,000, that's 400 grand profit as far as I'm concerned. Just can our new goalkeeper step up and fill Bullen's shoes? We say goodbye to Edra Mayers, who's been at our club for 3 seasons, never a first teamer, and I was quite surprised that we even sold him for a fee. We managed to get £300,000 for this player. This means that we've spent £825,000 and we've made back £800,000. So actually our net of spending is only £25,000 for the season. And I feel like that our squad is definitely better than what it was last season. But who knows? Until we play, we're not going to know how we're going to do. So that's our transfers for the summer. Our build is complete and we now need to kick off the season. Hopefully we will survive. I said this last season and we won the league. Can we do it again? That would be amazing. Well, if you've liked this video, you know what you need to do. Hit that like button. And if you would like to join us on our journey, hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you on for the next one.